here we are with our first guest of the day, and it's Reverend Jen. So, Jen, what makes you a reverend? Who mundained you, or what's the word that you ordained you? Ordained you.
The Universal Life Church in Modesto, California.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they put ads in the back of Rolling Stone magazine years ago, and you just simply had to write them a letter saying, "I'd like to be a reverend," and then you
it's like in the back of a comic book or something.
It was in the back of Rolling Stone.
Yeah, and it was like
you're the Reverend of Rock and Roll, then.
I'm not reverend.
You're certified by Rolling Stone.
Or are you an elf? Actually,
I am an elf.
Yes,
An urban elf. I'm also a reverend. I'm lots of things. I'm a Renaissance.
And you're like the size.
Very
Like
cool.
I can put you in my pocket. Like so, you're like quality, not quantity. Is that right?
Quality. It's all quality.
I can
sometimes, some days.
Wow. Today is Napoleon Day, man. He became Emperor of France
Emperor
on
of
November
the Elves?
9th.
Oh, Emperor of France, that's right.
So we like little things on
I
this day.
wonder if he was actually a midget.
Oh, will we ever be able to find that out?
I think back then everybody were midgets, weren't they? Didn't humans get bigger? Wasn't Jesus like 4'5"?
Was he?
Jesus
And he was
a
tall.
midget.
I know. That's what Jim Jeffries said. Little baby Jesus. He looked like Super Mario.
Let's start that rumor.
Well, we could. So, what about you, Rev Jen?
Let's get back to being away
Yeah.
from Jesus.
Exactly. Well, reverends and Jesus do have a common thread, I suppose. I guess there's something there. But don't you have a film that just came out? You have a book that came out? You have what else that came out?
I got lots of things going on.
Take this mic.
Oh, thank you. Do I still sound crackly and broken?
No, you just didn't sound loud enough for me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I make movies with my boyfriend Courtney Fathom-Sell, and we just made a movie called The Sinful Bitches, and I play a crazy old landlady, and the world famous Mangina plays my son. There's actual fruit penetration in the film.
Like bananas or
No grapes going into the Mangina.
okay.
and a couple moves into our building, and we turn the wife into a prostitute.
Okay.
That's the plot, basically.
Are you casting? Because I'd like to audition.
And we're always casting. You'd be great.
Really? That
Yeah.
sounds like
We
fun.
have-
You turn me into a prostitute?
love connection.
I want to be poured out with fruit. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, we have a motion picture studio called Ass Studios. It's the most underfunded studio in the history of the world.
And you actually do penetration because you want the real effect. It's completely professional. It has nothing to do with any sort of anal pleasure, but it's not like fake props. You're actually sticking things into.
Well, it had nothing to do with the ass. It was into the mangina.
Oh, what's the mangina?
Well,
I thought that wasn't
the
vagina.
mangina is a person who wears the mangina.
Educational show today.
What do you mean? Where's the mangina? What is this?
He wears a cast of a vulva. He casts vulvas, and then he pulls his scrotum through it and makes something called a lodum.
This is the most coolest thing I've ever heard. That's awesome.
We penetrate the mangina with fruit.
So, you turn his balls into a vagina.
Well, he does that to himself, but we just cast him in the movie.
That's awesome.
We have lots of other movies.
Oh, great. I couldn't wait. Anything that you said would probably be interesting. I couldn't wait would be next on one of your sets. Sign me up.
Cool. Well, we did an exercise video, too, called the Elf Workout.
I
Is
always
that
wanted
how
to
you earned your elf ears?
No, I've been wearing elf ears since about 1993.
And
no,
is there
before
a
that,
reason for
92.
this?
Well, I was taking a lot of acid at the time. Let's just be frank.
Okay.
Franklin.
And I don't quite remember why I started wearing them. I don't remember much from that year, but now, many years later, I'm still wearing them.
Now, do you have them surgically implanted, or do you remove them at night? Or?
I wish I could. I need species reassignment surgery, but these are simply prosthetic elf ears that I put on
Every day?
It depends. If I'm going grocery shopping, I might not put the elf ears on. They're kind of like a favorite pair of earrings that you might put on before going out. If I'm going to go out and be seen and be around people, I want to get the elf ears on and be looking good.
Right. So do you have a favorite elf?
Probably Legolas. I like the way he uses his bow.
You do look like an elf. You are an elf.
I am an elf.
I
I look like an elf. Yeah, I guess Legolas might be my favorite. I like Arwen too. She's hot.
How about Will Ferrell? He was elf.
Oh yeah, but he didn't even have elf ears.
No, that's fucked up. What's up with that?
Yeah, he didn't know he was an elf, did he?
I don't know.
That was a funny.
That was a funny
It was
movie.
a good one.
It was
that
good.
one.
There's a good part of that movie where a little midget comes in and he goes, "Look, an elf!" And like he got really offended and he kicked Will Ferrell's ass because he's obviously not an elf. But Will Ferrell was an elf and he thought that he was another elf.
Yeah, something like that.
He was raised by elves like people are raised by wolves. So
Yeah, exactly.
He wasn't really an
It was
elf.
something
She's really
like
an
that.
elf. He wasn't.
Exactly.
Official elf.
So Rev Jen, what's the book that you were talking about?
It's called The Elf Girl.
Ah,
It came out last week from Simon and Schuster.
wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, party.
Yeah,
It's,
so did they have a party for you?
I had a party for me at
Okay.
bowery-poetry-club. It was totally rocking. We had lots
Nice.
of bands. I had elf-eared go-go dancers, and
And what's the storyline of this book? Is it an autobiography?
it's a memoir about just being an artist on the Lower East Side.
So all this stuff's happening in New York. You're local.
Oh yeah, well, when it opens, my mother is going into labor with me at the Enchanted Forest amusement park right outside of Baltimore.
I need to hang out with you. This is just insane. All this stuff is very intense.
Oh, when the
Okay.
book opens,
When does the book open?
the first page is basically.
Oh, when you open
actually-
the book, your
yeah,
mother. is-
Actually, the first chapter, there's like a prologue part, but then my mother went into labor with me at the Enchanted Forest amusement park in Baltimore.
Are you from Baltimore?
No, I'm from Silver Spring.
Oh, I lived in Silver Spring actually.
Really?
Yeah,
How's
I know
that?
the Beltway.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
I thought that you were saying that you were doing a reenactment of it. This is your book.
Yeah.
Right. Oh my god, okay. Because you just seem so creative. I actually thought you were going to reenact your birth in Maryland, and I was ready. Sign me up. I thought that you said you and your mother as if that was going to happen this weekend, you know?
Let's go!
I'm headed to Baltimore tomorrow.
Oh, right.
So
Tell
did
us
you ever
about
meet John Waters?
Yeah, I went to a Christmas party of his once. It was lovely.
I'm sure he must have loved you too.
I went up to his attic, and it was just like Ted Kaczynski's Unabomber workshop.
Nice.
Or maybe I imagined that, but I'm pretty sure that happened. And
Right.
he also had these big glasses of floating pens. You know those great floating pens? They had little John Waters inside them.
Cereal mom. Cereal mom.
Did when you
Cereal mom.
turned it upside down, was he naked or something?
No, and I know those ones.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure you do.
I like the glasses too, where you pour a drink in and the person gets naked. You know those ones?
Yeah.
Those are good.
So talk about your film and your book. They're both simultaneously like coming out right now. Is that
Yeah.
what's going on?
The film doesn't really have any distribution at the moment,
Right.
but perhaps it will. But I made lots of movies. You know,
How many?
I don't know. I don't know, 20.
Okay.
They're none of them are really out there. Well, I had a cable access TV show called Electra Elf: The Adventures of Electra Elf for many
Okay.
years, superhero TV show, and yeah, well, Sinful Bitches is gonna play at Bowery Poetry Club on November 20th.
Is that your band?
No.
What's Simple Bitches? Oh, the movie.
The movie,
The movie.
where I
The
play
movie.
Crazy
The movie.
Landlady.
Right. I saw a clip because Fran is in
Fran's
the
in it,
film,
yeah.
and
We're from it.
that was really impressive. I mean, so how do people see the clip? How do people find the movie?
If you just Google Sinful Bitches, you'll find a clip, and then you'll see lots of other videos I've done. But we don't put anything really on YouTube because I like the idea of forcing people to actually leave their apartments and their homes and go to a place to see a movie rather than like, I'm just going to sit here and watch YouTube.
Especially these young kids, they don't realize that there's more to life than a computer. You can actually go outside. People exist, and so do movies.
Yeah. And so does Sinful Bitches.
Yeah, check it out.
So say again where it's playing and when.
At Bowery Poetry Club, November 20th. It's a Sunday night at 10 p.m. 308 Bowery, I think, is the address.
Yeah.
And you can come on in and see it. I think it's $6, and we're going to show lots of other movies, too.
Nice. And do you have any last shout-outs or a website? How do people find you?
My website is revgen.com, and there's a horribly updated blog on there. And you can find all the info there.
Now, we just have one little segment on the show called Skeletons in the Closet, would you share a skeleton from your closet? It is National Chocolate Cupcake Day and National Scrapple Day, so you can have your pick of what you want. And
Wow.
yeah.
You know what? Basically, what you told us, though, pretty much.
It's pretty skeletal, but those are
Yeah,
things
conquers most people's skeletons, so I can't wait to hear your skeleton.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a single skeleton.
Well, it doesn't have to be a secret.
I don't have any secrets.
No, it doesn't have to be.
What would be? Well, I was saying earlier when I came in here that I got in a
Oh, yes,
fight
there you
in
go.
this room.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what happened with that?
I was dressed as an old lady. I had done a striptease in this room. They used to have a striptease contest, and I dressed as an old lady and danced to Pour Some Sugar on Me, and like poured Sweet and Low packets on my body, and had like a long gray merkin. And my ex-boyfriend's girlfriend had showed up, and while I was dressed as an old lady, we got in a fight. She started straight.
She beat up an old lady?
Yeah, she beat up an old lady.
An old elf lady.
Wow! I won the strip contest, a big piggy bank full of money, and my friend Tom.
Kids are like coming up a lot today.
And strippers, too.
Yeah.
And old ladies.
Yeah.
Look at that.
My friend Tom broke up the fight and picked up the pig and said, "Come on, Rev, what going on?"
Aww.
Nice triumphant moment.
So would you like a cupcake or some pretend scrapple?
I'd love a cupcake,
Go
actually.
for it. I
Yeah.
think you could use a little on your bones.
Effing awesome.
Good.
Do you have any
Enjoy
ideas
it.
for another movie, by the way? Because that
Oh,
would
yeah.
be a great one
We're
right there.
working on one right now called Killer Unicorn. It's a gay revenge story.
Oh, cool. Right on.
And we're working on another one I wrote called Satan's Bitches that is about some half-ass Satanists that kidnap 2 schoolgirls and then do terrible things to them.
Well, some might consider those things terrible, or might enjoy them, you know. I just kidding.
Well, thank you so much,
Thanks
Rev.
for having me.
Yeah.
I gotta go to work now.
We really would love to see everything you do. Because
Check out our
it's
movies.
pretty
Make
cool.
sure you
You're
check
doing
them out.
a lot.
Nice to meet you
Yeah, you
guys.
too.
This
Thanks
is
for
We
visiting.
look forward to seeing your films.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Woo!